Hey everyone, and welcome to another Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. If you've ever sat back and wondered how your inbox isn't just constantly overflowing with absolute chaos, well, you are in the right place. Today, we're focusing on this truly fascinating piece of technology that essentially acts as the ultimate digital bouncer for corporate networks. We're talking about the email gateway. We're going to break down exactly how this security checkpoint actually works. We'll look at some real world examples of what it stops and see how it protects millions of users every single day. Let's get started. Okay, let's dive into this because this context is absolutely crucial. A staggering 80% of all internet email traffic is unwanted spam. I mean, 80%? That is wild. That means only a tiny little 20% sliver of global email traffic is actual legitimate communication. So, if companies didn't have this massive automated filter sitting right at their front door, the sheer volume of junk would literally render corporate communication completely useless. The email gateway is basically the dam holding back that massive flood. To understand how this works, we're going to follow a really clear, structured journey today. We'll start with Section 1, filtering the spam epidemic. Then Section 2, blocking spoofs and phishing. Next is Section 3, the network checkpoint. And we'll wrap up with Section 4, the SOC Analyst Toolkit. All right, jumping right into Section 1, filtering the spam epidemic, identifying the junk. So, before we can even talk about catching the bad guys, we need to establish exactly what this tool actually is. An email gateway, you'll also hear it called an email security solution, is a dedicated system that monitors and scans all incoming and outgoing email traffic. Now, getting a bit technical for a second, it specifically looks at SMTP traffic. That stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and it strictly monitors network port number 25. Honestly, the easiest way to think about port 25 is it's a specific highway lane that all emails are forced to travel down. The gateway sits right on that lane, kind of like a toll booth, inspecting every single vehicle that tries to pass through. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that algorithmic scoring system acts as the toll booth's ultimate judge. Every single incoming email is evaluated, and it's assigned a spam score right between 1 and 10. If an email scores between a 1 and a 4, the gateway says, okay, you're legitimate, and allows it straight into your inbox. But check out that middle tier, the 4.1 to 7 range. This is kind of the gray area. The gateway flags these as suspicious, routing them over to your spam or junk folder so you can cautiously review them yourself. Finally, if an email scores from 7.1 all the way up to a 10, well, the gateway doesn't even bother you with it. It's classified as confirmed spam and just deleted immediately. It is a ruthless, highly efficient automated sorting machine. Moving right along to Section 2, blocking spoofs and phishing, unmasking digital imposters. Now, spam is annoying, sure, but spoofs and phishing? Those are downright dangerous. Let's look at spoofing first. Spoofing is essentially email header forgery. It's when a message is deliberately manipulated to appear as though it originated from a highly trusted source. A classic real-world example of this is an attacker sending an email that looks exactly like it came from your bank's real domain name. Something like support@yourbank.com. To the naked human eye, it looks perfectly legitimate. Actually, scratch that, it looks identical. But the gateway uses advanced anti-spoofing protocols, specifically things called SBF, DKIM, and DMARC, to look into the hood. It essentially checks the cryptographic VIP list and says, wait a minute, this email claims it's from the bank, but the server that actually sent it, unregistered, and boom, it blocks the imposter. Then we have phishing. Unlike a brute force hack, phishing is really a psychological trick. It's a type of social engineering where an attacker sends a fraudulent message that's deliberately designed to panic or trick a human victim. They want you to reveal sensitive information, like your password, or maybe click a link to download a malicious attachment. Now, gateways can't just rely on a simple spam score here. To catch these really sophisticated lies, modern email gateways integrate directly with vendor threat intelligence networks, and they utilize machine learning algorithms. This helps them spot the manipulative language and those known malicious links that are hidden inside the text. But you might be wondering, what if the attacker bypasses the links and actually attaches a dangerous file directly to the email? Well, the gateway has a strict protocol for that, too. First off, it uses built-in antivirus modules to actively scan every single attachment for known malware signatures. But it goes way beyond just viruses. Administrators can actually configure the gateway to filter out emails based on specific file names or even ban certain file extensions entirely, like for sure blocking all executable files. It can even filter based on total file size, which is great to prevent network congestion. So yeah, nothing gets a free pass here. Okay, let's transition to section 3, the network checkpoint, mapping the architecture. So, where exactly does this digital bouncer physically stand in the building? To understand the gateway's placement, we really have to look at the two distinct servers operating right behind it. On one side, you have the edge server. This server is kept in what we call the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. Think of it as the public-facing lobby of the network. It's entirely responsible for the active sending and receiving of emails. Then, on the other side, you have the mailbox server. This one is kept deep inside the highly secure server LAN, and its only job is to safely store the emails. The email gateway sits right in front of the edge server. It acts as the absolute first line of defense before any traffic even hits that lobby. Let's move to and see how this builds into the exact chronological journey of a clean, legitimate email. Step 1, the email arrives from the internet and immediately hits our email gateway. Here, it undergoes the rigorous spam scoring, the anti-spoof checks, the anti-phishing machine learning, and the file filtering we just discussed. Step 2, because it's a good email, the gateway forwards it to the edge server sitting right there in the DMZ. Step 3, the edge server then hands it off to the mailbox server deep in the secure server LAN for storage. And finally, step 4, when you open your laptop and connect to the mail server, that perfectly clean email is downloaded directly to your machine. It's a brilliant, multi-layered journey. And that brings us to section 4, the SOC Analyst Toolkit, the detective's perspective. So, how do human security professionals actually use this massive automated system? Because literally every single piece of email traffic passes through this gateway, it creates an absolute goldmine of data for a Security Operations Center or SOC analyst. They aren't just letting the machine run blindly in the background. They're using the gateway's logs to actively investigate threats. They ask the data questions like, who sent this? Or what are the exact emails received by this one specific employee we think is being targeted? Or how many total emails did this suspicious outside sender blast into our network today? They look for patterns, the frequency of identical subject lines, for instance, which often indicates a massive phishing campaign. They can drill down into the number of attachments in a specific email or analyze the exact spam score the algorithm assigned. What is the spam score here, and why did it slip through? The gateway is essentially their primary magnifying glass. So, the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that while the email gateway is an incredible, absolutely vital digital bouncer, the hackers know exactly how the bouncer thinks, which leaves us with this final thought for today. With these algorithms filtering literally billions of emails daily, what happens when a sophisticated, highly targeted spear phishing attack perfectly mimics a trusted sender's language, avoids malicious links, and manages to score a 3.9, bypassing the junk folder entirely? That is exactly where the automated checkpoint ends and the human element of cybersecurity truly begins. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking great questions, and I'll see you next time.